everyone! Today we're going to be making a loaf of no-knead artisan bread. It's my first time making this recipe, so we'll see how it turns out. You will need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll be using bread flour because we're making bread. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of instant yeast. 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. 1.5 cups of warm water. So the first thing we have to do is measure out all of the dry ingredients and whisk them together in this bowl. So first things first, 3 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. You could probably just eyeball 1/2 teaspoon, but I'm gonna measure it. 1 teaspoon of yeast. I'm not really sure how you measure that. Yeast like distresses me a little bit, but you know what? I've eaten enough of it that I shouldn't be distressed anymore. And then 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, which it seems a little silly to have this giant sugar thing for 1/2 teaspoon. And now we're gonna whisk these all together. Okay, now we're adding our 1.5 cups of warm water and then mixing it with a spoon. We wanna get the water warm enough that the yeast like it, but not too warm that we murder all the yeast. So hopefully I don't kill them. I hate the way wooden spoons feel. Now we're going to pour it in and mix and hope the yeast does its thing. Well, it's some kind of dough consistency at least. Not a pleasant one on my hands. It's not supposed to be completely smooth, but I don't think this is quite right. So I said I've never made this recipe before. I've never made bread in general before, so hopefully this isn't a bad first foray into bread making. It's supposed to be easy. This dough is definitely not smooth, but I think it's mixed together pretty well. So we're going to cover it in plastic wrap. The recipe says to leave it overnight, but I'm going to just check it every couple of hours because it's just the afternoon, so maybe by evening it'll be okay. Hello! It is now several hours later, and our dough is ready to be made into bread. All right, so right now we're gonna do dough reveal. Ooh, bubbly. So you're going to put a Dutch oven in the oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit and have them both chill in there, get hot in there, I don't know, for 30 minutes so everything is warm. And now we're gonna sprinkle some flour on the counter and make him into a bit of a ball. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of flour on my hands. That seems like maybe a lot. We'll spread it out, see how it goes. This is not my favorite feeling. I think you can put less flour on the counter than I did. Okay, now. Oh man, Oh, that's so interesting. It's really sticky. I don't know if it's supposed to be this sticky. Now it says shape it into a ball. It's getting so stuck to this counter. It's getting so stuck into my hands. It's so sticky. It's so sticky. I don't know that this is correct. There we go. It's a little guy. A little dude. A little friend. Okay, and now we're going to let the dough rest for a bit. During this time, you can cut out a piece of parchment paper that will fit in the bottom of your Dutch oven. I actually did this before I put the Dutch oven into the oven so that it was cold while I was doing it and I didn't have to deal with a burning hot Dutch oven at any point. Shh, it's time to rest dough. So the dough has been resting for an amount of minutes, and the Dutch oven has been in the oven for an amount of minutes, and I think it's finally time to put this thing in the Dutch oven, and then put the Dutch oven in the oven, and then cook it for 30 minutes. So in preparation for this somewhat terrifying event, that's going to go there. This I have to put in the bottom, and then we're going to put this dough in the center of the Dutch oven. Okay, that's gonna go there. Okay, so, and then we're going to put this big ball of dough. Very moist. He's going to go in the middle. That's not really in the middle, but you know what? It's okay. And then we're going to put the lid on. And then we're going to put this back in the oven, and it's going to be at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Things smell kind of weird. Oh, it's because I burnt this thing. Yeah, maybe don't put it on rubber. This oven just beeped, so we're going to take it out and remove the lid and then put it back in for another 10 minutes. That's what it looks like right now, and it's supposed to look golden brown, so it says 10 to 15. The oven has once again beeped. Therefore, it is bread time. Wow, that sure is bread. Wow, look at the bread. Oh my gosh. And now we will wait. Okay. It's finally out of the pan and finally ready for consumption. So let's try this thing. I don't really know how to cut this, but I guess I'll just start in a slice. Yeah, I'm cutting this on a plate. That's probably not the best idea. It feels like very good bread. It's very crusty and soft in the middle. Guess we'll see how it tastes. I'm just going to butter it because I feel like that'll be a good judge of character for the bread. And it's still nice and warm from the oven, which is always a good thing. All right, so there's the boy, there's the bread. I mean, it sure does taste like bread. Let's get a little bit more of the inside. It's really good bread. So like if you can't get good bread from a grocery store, this would be a really, really great thing to make. Even just with butter. Really good. I don't know how else to describe it. Tastes like good bread. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, maybe consider leaving a like or a comment below. And if you would like to see more of my stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Bye guys!